Welcome back to The Gloves Are Off. It's time for us to answer your questions and address your comments. Now, there has been a Facebook page made, Save the Bobcat, so you can log on to Facebook and find some dialogue going on there. We want to address some of the questions that I have received that we've asked you to send in. One of the first ones, Guy Dunning actually commented on the Facebook page. He said, so I buy a unit for $5,000 and become a shareholder. Then what happens? Does that person have a vote? I would assume yes. Does that person have a further requirement for cash? So let's address Guy's question here. What is going to be the roles and responsibilities of these shareholders and owners, essentially?
Well, a lot of that's being worked out with the lawyers and accountants under the Friends of the Bobcats, but one can assume, based on the Exempt Securities Act and things like that, that as a unit holder, you become a shareholder. You'd have the rights associated with a shareholder in any setting, which would mean you'd have a vote for who sat on the board. You'd have a vote for any motions to dissolve, sell, relocate, those sorts of things. Okay. And you'd have the same rights in accordance with your pro rata number of shares. Okay.
Another question I want to get to, this one comes from Kathy Milanarich. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Kathy says, how will I get a return if the team has continuously been losing money and Russ Way hasn't been able to get back on his return? This is a high-risk investment with a possibility of a 0% return. Let's address this.
My thing I'd like to say on it, and obviously people don't know what the budget is. We always hear about Russ Way lost and lost, and they did. That's the end of the story. Right. They did. To say if we were to have 3-4 more games here at home would probably break us even this year. So that's an incredible drastic change.
That's important. I hope everyone knows that. Brian, say that again.
Well, it's just this year, 3 or 4 more home games here, we'll probably break even, and that's an incredible, you know, it's great for the organization and for people that want to purchase. And there are things that and I know Jeff can't pass bills maybe and stuff that we don't want to get into too much, but it's taken us a while to get to them as of last year and stuff. But we took some hits from the last season and the season before that had we not taken those hits, we might be making money this year.
So then really, what I hate to, pass opinionated commentary, but what a shame it would really be. This team is just about to get back on their feet financially, and now you're making this incredible playoff push, and they're about to leave town. Is that the real tragedy here?
Well, let's go back to that stupid comment from Kathy, whatever the hell her name is, who we know is from Whitecourt or related to people in Whitecourt. Okay. But let's go back to that stupid-ass comment. What she's saying is there's absolutely no value in anything but a financial return as a percentage. What about an investment to keep the team here, to put your brand beside it, to be able to create wellness in our community, to be able to grow our community, to be able to put our brand where it needs to be? Is there no value to the average business owner or the average taxpayer?
And can you really put a dollar value on something like that?
No, and in the end, this is the best year in 5 financially, and I'm very confident that if we get the right momentum and we get a broader ownership group, we're going to have more marketers on the ground.
I like this guy. Does anybody got a towel?
I thought you were looking for a glove or something.
We get more marketers on the ground. We're going to have more people bringing their friends. If I'm an owner and I'm sitting at a social function and I say, hey, why don't we go to the team I have an ownership interest in, and I bring 10 people along to a game. We're going to have more marketers on the ground. We're going to have the best financial year in the last 5. I suspect that if we can get the 800 season tickets sold, we won't be asking a question about return, no return, and cash calls.
All right, great. Let's just remind everybody.
Couldn't say that any better, by the way.
There you go. Again. Let's just remind everybody before we have to say goodnight to everyone at home, 800 season seats and $105,000 community shares of ownership need to be purchased by March 21st. If you would like a season seat, come to the Bobcats big game on Wednesday or contact Kathy at the office. And if you are interested in an ownership share, contact Rob Hefner at 780-205-6453.
I got one more.
We have to say goodbye. That's all the time we have. Thank you guys for being with us. Pause off. Bobcats are bust. That's all the time we have. Thank you for joining us tonight.